Chip versus Dip. We are Chip versus Dip. Originally, we were going to be a three-person show, but we were doing a crazy warm-up backstage, and our third member is no longer with us. Stage managers were totally just kidding. So we need two suggestions, actually. First, coming over here, give me an occupation.
Scientist.
Dentist. All right, great. And then I also need confrontation, argument, tiff with the spouse, legal argument. What started the last argument you got into?
Whose turn it was to take the dog out?
Okay, taking the dog out, dentist. Down to the last two.
Yep.
It's been a long road.
Yeah.
Long competition.
But I'm gonna win this whitening championship.
I don't know about that. I've been practicing the whitening. That is actually my specialty. That is, I think, what got me onto this show was I think that the casting people, they just came on out to Detroit and they were like, whoa, look at all these homeless people with these super white teeth. Who was that? And yeah, that was me. That was Dentist Juliet. We were like,
It's true, my specialty is braces, but I feel like whitening's not that hard. You know, if white out can figure it out, so can I. So whatever.
we don't use it. There's actually a very, very scientific chemical compound. I mean, the first homeless people that I ever experimented on with the whitening, it didn't really go so well, and that was actually that was a different show I made it onto that had to do with lawsuits. But anyway, deleted scenes. Yeah, so kind of like. I can't believe, though, for this last challenge, they're actually going to be giving us a dog. Never done dentistry on a dog before.
I put braces on my daughter's dog, and it went well. You know, he loves his food so much better now that he doesn't have that huge gap.
I don't know. Did you see that special, though, on Animal Planet, though, with the dogs and the braces? I mean, that's kind of cutesy. It's kind of obvious, don't you think? I mean, what are you going to do? Just put braces on the dog?
Well, I actually was a consulting editor for that show when animals attack without corrective surgery. I have to say, like, honestly, I think I have a shot at this, okay? If Crest 3D can figure it out, then I can do this too.
I mean, I think I know the episode you're referring to. There were some alligators in there too, right?
You know what? They were just a little cranky. Once you hit them with a tranquilizer dog, they're totally open to it.
This is what happens when you practice dentistry. Where did you practice dentistry? Florida? What?
Yes, it's the best place to practice dentistry.
Florida and braces? I don't know.
Everyone needs braces. Do you know how many people are trying to be famous in Florida?
So they've given us this wonderful, this Great Dane for our final challenge, and our job, we're each going to have 1 hour with a separate Great Dane, and we get points if the dog isn't dead at the end of it. So those are some points that I'm really hoping to get. We still get partial credit though if the dog dies, but the surgery is complete. So there's a possibility they
I fully intend to murder my Great Dane. It's going to make this challenge very much so easier. She's going to be struggling with him, and I'm just going to have murdered him, and then I will whiten his teeth.
Nikki doesn't know this yet, but my plan is to actually slay the shit out of that dog in the first 30 seconds, because I figure that'll be so much easier to whiten the dead dog's teeth, and I'll still get all the partial credit in the world. What I actually can't come up with, though, is the best way to murder the dog that could improve ratings, but still make me look like a really great dentist. So yeah, tomorrow morning, the dogs are coming in at 8.
Mm-hmm.
I think they're homeless dogs, so I feel like I kind of have an upper hand, because that's my experiences.
Well, I think that they need Invisalign, so point 2 for me.
There are going to be redneck Great Danes, though. That's like an oxymoron.
That is incredibly classist.
What would you do? Like put a little bandana and a corn cob sticking out of your... Oh yeah,
You know what? Last year, I admit the sailor suit was a bad idea, but my grandmother loved it, okay?
Yeah, we do get, as some of you know, we do get get partial credit for dressing up the dogs or dressing up the subjects. Yeah, so.
This year, I'm going to dress that Great Dane up as Angela Davis and score some points. That's why she doesn't know this, but I'm going to win this whole competition. I'm just playing like I've only done braces. I've whitened someone's teeth before. They didn't make it through the surgery, but it happened.
I'm actually going to dress up my dog like Heidi Klum. I mean, I figure she hosts Project Runway, and everybody loves Heidi Klum, and she's so pretty. So I figure what better way than like a Heidi Klum Great Dane. I mean, I know it's really kind of aggressive, and it's going to be difficult, and I may have to like hide that blonde wig somewhere so Mickey doesn't see it, but I'm very optimistic about this. I think it's going to work.
So, the tournament didn't really go as expected. I showed up, I was ready to go, and they threw a curveball at us. Instead of one Great Dane, there was one Great Dane, a Saint Bernard, and a Chihuahua.
And they told us that 2 of the 3 dogs had rabies, but they didn't tell us which. So, yeah, we showed up, and yeah, I mean, the Chihuahua was so feisty. I mean, I don't know about you, but I was thinking like, oh, that's got to be rabies. But I mean, I don't know. I've seen Taco Bell commercials, and sometimes they are pretty hyper. So maybe that's just his personality.
I killed them all because I had a bout with rabies one time, and it's just not.
Yeah, the Great Danes kind of showed up asleep, and they just sort of stayed that way. So I didn't really know if they were dead or not. I mean, it was really tricky to say, and I figured, okay, that's one less dog that needs to get taken out. But then the moment I opened his mouth, whoa! Like, I mean, he woke right up. that was definitely tricky. So, I mean, we're gonna get our results, later in the day, but
I really hope you win.
I really hope you don't have rabies. I mean,
it's also winning, so.
They gave us a new contract, which was another curveball. It was the contract of what happens in the event that the person who wins has rabies, and that's, the runner-up gets to claim the title and go around the country and perform dentistry. And just all classes of people, give speeches and give dentistry to children and to the elderly. And so, yeah, it's going to be a great opportunity. So no matter what happens,
I really want her to get the rabies because I feel like this tour will be it'll be monumental for you, Like, seniors, they have yellow teeth, and they need you, They don't really need braces.
So I actually found out ahead of time. I found out that the St. Bernard was the one with the rabies. And so I actually took some of the St. Bernard's blood, and I have it in a syringe. And right before they announced those results, I am going to stab Nikki in the thigh. She's never going to see it coming. And then that way, I am assured the title. And there's actually, I checked the contract, and there is nothing in the contract that says runner-up can't give winner rabies and take title. I mean, there's nothing like that in there. I mean, yeah, so I think it's going to go fine.
Spoiler alert, I saw the syringe in her bag. That's why I have 2 wooden legs. I knew standing in the mud, but I'm not letting it go down, okay? I'm not getting rabies again. I lost 2 husbands that way.
So tiebreaker. Who knew you had wooden legs? Who knows? I mean, who saw that coming?
Oh, me.
Maybe some of your patients.
Definitely my grandma.
Yeah. I mean, is that's something that's inherited? Or, I mean, the animals attack, or?
Oh, well, when I was doing, the work on the alligators, both of them, I did 2 at the same time, and they both kind of grabbed onto a leg, and at first I thought it was like a game, and then it wasn't a game.
I thought it was maybe something like, how they tell you in dentist school, to go through the procedures, to have them done to you, to get more acquainted. Like, what does it feel like to have a tooth pulled? What does it feel like to have a root canal? I thought maybe, You just got really drunk one night and was like, what does it feel like to lose your leg? No, nothing like that.
There was drinking after.
Oh, yeah. So tiebreaker. I mean, this is going to be a total wild card. I mean, they could bring back rabid dog, rabid homeless man. I mean, what are you thinking that they could try to pull?
I'm hoping for gerbils.
Oh my gosh! I have acute myopia, and that's one of my disabilities. That's one of the reasons that I think they picked me. So when I operate, I actually have to, wear these like Inspector Gadget type goggles, as you may have seen. But I don't even know if I can get them small enough to focus on rodentia. I mean, maybe something like a possum or oh, what about an aquatic animal? What if it's something where we have to like breathe underwater and operate on a whale?
This bitch knows I'm afraid of swimming, okay? I'm afraid of a whale, okay? Pinocchio, that guy in the Bible, those eat people. It's one thing to take my legs, it's another thing to take my kidneys.
So there's this stereotype out there that black people hate swimming, but I mean, it's total bullshit. I saw Pride. I don't know where she gets off, and I have wooden legs, and like I don't like the water, but I'm actually really hoping for an aquatics challenge because before dental school, I was actually an Olympic swimmer. So, I mean, I've got my water treading down, I'm going to get the water wings, I actually have this whole kit of aquatic tools. So, I mean, if there's sharks, I mean, I am ready for the sharks, and yeah, I'm confident that I will come out victorious.
I never said blacks were afraid of swimming, I said I was afraid of swimming. She's going to try to play up the race card in this finale, I know it. And I mean, I was going to try to do the woman thing, but we're both women, so I'm like, fuck, what can I do? So I mean, the acute myopia, I mean, that was just a total pull for votes. So I mean, I'm not acute, I don't have nearsightedness at all. In fact, I just was trying to come up with some kind of disability on the fly, and that was the best I could do. Yeah, we're different in racial things, but also, you have both legs. Just saying.
So it's not going to be aquatic after all. No, but there will be rabies. They're going to give us the whale on land. And yeah.
Just because I'm black doesn't mean I don't sweat. Okay? I just said I was nervous.
I don't know where you heard that. I never said that. I mean, sometimes these monologues, I think they just splice them together, and I think like I was saying like I love black people, and the monologue's like she's afraid of the water. And reality TV all the time. I mean, you meet these reality people in real life, and they're like, I'm not really a bimbo, or like I'm not really dumb, or I'm not really gay, but I mean, so they just make it up for ratings.
I don't even think I have the heart to finish with this competition. It just got really weird and awkward, I don't know, there's so many differences, like, why couldn't she just talk about the legs, I was the only black person in this competition, and it was supposed to be my glory moment when they were going to put a statue of me up above the Polydent Institute. She just made it real.
This competition is starting to get really emotional, and it's starting to take a toll. And Nikki and I have both made some low blows. Well, I guess on her they can't be that low because she doesn't feel anything.